Welcome to OCD Hi-Fi Guy again, another time. Okay, so look, I am at a friend and client, Steven's place here in Georgia. And what we're looking at is his amazing pipe dreams. These are Nearfield Acoustics pipe dreams, or were they hemisphere pipe dreams? What were they? Nearfield Acoustics, okay. So these things have 36 tweeters. And how many mids?
18 mid-ranges per side.
18 mids and 36 tweeters. All nice, soft silk dome. Those are beautiful. With the little felt ring around for reflection. Look at the wood on these things. Like, first of all, you can see the relief. This actually, you can feel it. It's got texture to it. And don't even know what kind of wood it is. So if any of you wood experts out there know what it is, let us know. Because you don't know either, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, okay, so we'd like to know. That would be epic. Oh, it looks like something maple. Am I right with that? Something that's like maybe curly maple or something. I don't know. But okay, so anyways, these speakers are legendary. Many times considered to be some of the best ever made. It's, you know, some of the years at CES and things like that, these speakers really made a big splash. They came along with this thing back here called a Tribal Drummer subwoofer, which is an 18-inch basically in a bazooka tube. These things are really good sounding. They go deep.
Right. There's actually 2 drivers per Tribal Drummer.
Oh, there is?
And they're out of phase, so they compress together.
Oh, killer.
And
so it's
they
isobaric.
typically would have a grill on top of it, but my cats really enjoyed them as a cat bed if I left those on, so they ended up coming off.
Okay. So it's isobaric. So they both work in tandem, kind of?
Correct.
Yeah, oh, killer. So what that means is that it's super tight bass. It's not flabby at all. Because it's got, on the other side, it's got down here, is it at the bottom, the other one?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, so there's a sub down there, down facing, right? Or is it okay? And then one up facing. And so when this one moves that way, that one goes inward. So this one goes out, the other one goes in. And that one, so they're wired out of phase where they...
It goes up.
It goes up, okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's another way of doing it where they both face the same way, and then they move in tandem, so they both go like that together. Okay, but it's a nice thing. Now these electronics here. Steven represents this company called Phison out of Denmark, and these are handmade components from Denmark. Very good sounding. You can see, like, look in there. He's got the those are op amps right there. Those square things with the. There's 2 on that side and 2 on this side, so they're handmade custom, you know, op amps, and it's nice layout. It's a cool. They sound really good. I'm going to try and play some of the music that I recorded here earlier, but I'm not sure if it'll get flagged because YouTube has been really crazy about flagging stuff lately. In addition, what we did over here was I brought a bunch of my cabling, which, as you know, these are like solid. That's silver alloy, so that's silver and a little bit of pure gold in there as an alloy. And then most of these are silver, the power cords, everything except for one. This one's copper, that's pure silver, and these 2 are both pure silver. And so I'm just going to ask Steven. Let me ask you, Steven, what did you think about the cables? Because I know there's some of you that just don't believe in cables, right? Nah, they don't do a thing, man. Okay, let me tell you something. Cables make or break your rig, okay? That's the hard, honest truth. So let's just see what Steven has to say. And I didn't pay you for this, did I?
No, definitely not. I mean, it's not really fair to compare a system that has crap cabling or just not thought out cabling through it to one that's, you know, all well made, all thought out.
It is a mess, though. I mean, I put in a messy cable thing. Ultimately, obviously, this is because we're testing it, you know, so I did something quick, but this would all be tucked away. Okay, go ahead.
Right. But it's night and day, the difference between the good cabling and the bad cabling. There was a little bit of a hum before with the system with a hodgepodge. I had MIT cabling in there. I had Power Punch. I had the Essence. I had some Nordost in there. And, you know, when you put in the Veristar stuff, the background became blacker, the soundstage became maybe a little wider, but really it's just like pulling a layer off of an onion. You get more depth to it. You get more music, a more natural sound, which is what I go for. So
awesome.
I strongly encourage people at least listen
Yeah, exactly. That's the bottom line.
Exactly.
You know, it's free to listen, right? You can, and if they don't work, send them back. You know, I mean, that's the way it is. But honestly, I consider them fundamental to the rig. Like, in other words, like start with killer cables, because then you're going to hear everything at 100%. Because honestly, if you came in here with, and we'd been listening to lamp cord, okay, or something, we're not going to hear everything. We're not going to hear these incredible speakers work at the level that they can. I mean, these things are insanely dynamic and insanely just startling, really. I mean, it's just startling how I guess, like, impressive, you know? I mean, it was just, I was kind of blown away by it. I was sitting in the other room, went to grab a piece of pizza in the kitchen, and from in the kitchen, I was like, oh my God, listen to those things. But I've been around these before. I was CES one year. I went with the guy who makes these things. And so I'm familiar with the Pipedreams, and I've always liked them. And I had forgotten how much I liked them until I came over here today. So anyways, I just want to throw that little piece in, just because I know that, you know, there's some of y'all out there that don't think the cables make a difference. They totally do, you know. Whether or not you want to spend the dough on them, that's something else, you know. But there are, like, the key to these is that they're foil. It's not that they're pure silver. I mean, that pure silver does help, but the majority of the difference comes from it being foil, and then the silver is just a refinement. So I'll be releasing a line of entry-level stuff that's made out of copper that anybody can afford, okay? Because I really think that people should have their rig playing at a certain level, because it gives you much better. It gives you more, right? And to me, it's my audio system is spiritual. Same with Gary over there. See Gary? He hurt himself. Gary came up here from Florida. Gary's a client of mine. Now let me tell you a funny story about Gary. So when Gary first called me, he wanted to try out the cables, but he didn't have any money. He's like, God, I don't have any money, and I can't. You know, can you send some down on spec and let me check them out, and and so I sent you some. You bought some, right, for your pure audio projects, right? For the crossover. Dude, the second he put those things in, he called me right back, and he's like, oh my God, what did you do? What are these things? And he's like, let me get some power cords, let me get some speaker cables. And I'm like, dude, I thought you didn't have any money, dude. Oh yeah, it was great. But you know, hey, so we became buddies, and just almost like everybody that I do business with. So anyways, so I just want to drop in a little bit of sometimes what I do. I come out to the clients' homes, and I just wanted to bring you guys along too. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you later. See you.
Later.
All right. Okay, so here's another one in case that one got flagged for music, but check out these things. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Sounds pretty good in here. Those things are wicked.